Who here has ever backed up or possibly ran into a vehicle or wondered what was behind them when they were parking? Everybody. So 80% of people on the road today can't see behind them when they're parking. And what ends up happening because of that, there's 15,000 injuries per year. Over 50 children die per week. Average repair cost is over $3,000. Total addressable market, $225 million in the US alone. There are current options on the market. They're either too expensive or they have a really poor user experience. So we decided to do something about it. We created a smart IoT license plate frame that sends data directly back to your mobile phone, audio, visual, and tactile feedback. You don't even have to look at your phone to know what's behind you when you're backing up. We're selling it for less than $99. It's Android and iOS compatible. It is patent pending, and we will be launching here in the market pretty soon. Our overall goal for the company is to make driving safe, and we're going to get into the peripheral accessory IoT market for automotive, helping connect 20th century cars to the new smart hub for all cars in the 21st century. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Geert van den Berg. A few years ago, I made a very simple game. It's called Curve Fever. Basically, it's a multiplayer snake, and I put this game on the web. And people started playing, and at first only 1,000 people played it, but nowadays 500,000 people play it every month. And I was thinking like that's a really great achievement. I'm really proud of that. But we now want to introduce state-of-the-art free-to-play retention and monetization mechanics in our game. And for that we need an investment. We want to add different kinds of snake, different kinds of levels, surprise box people can unlock, and way more things. And with that we want to make a top-grossing game for web and mobile. And we are searching for a small investment, for a private investor or a business angel, of around 50,000 euros. So that's about it.
Great, thank you. Will you be here later? He'll be back tonight. So many of these people will be at a demo table. You can speak with him later tonight. Great, thank you. LaunchFEST.
Everybody, my name is Mark McCalliog, CEO and co-founder of newNRG. We're a digital therapeutic company and unique unified triaging platform. I'm glad the panel were talking earlier about passion and why you're driven to build an organisation. So I'm a headhunter, built 4 startups before my life changed forever in 2011. I lost a business client at my age 35 to a sleep apnea-induced heart attack, just dead. You know, my wife's family here in the USA all suffer from apnea and chronic disease, so I decided to build this company for my family. I got fed up of looking at my wife each day in Australia in utter dismay about their dwindling health. You might be surprised to know that sleep apnea is now the most costly, underdiagnosed and undermanaged chronic disease in the world. The reality is we knew there was one missing link, a huge mental health and behavioural health issue which was not being addressed. And we decided to go ahead and address that. I built this company with my co-founder, sister Nicola. She's an expert forensic and clinical psychologist and expert in behaviour change. So where are we to date? What newNRG does is it simulates one-on-one therapy in a room with virtual coaches, demarcating the barriers to mental health care. To see a therapist one-on-one, there's a shortage of supply and demand, people fear judgment, it's expensive, and it's very hard to comply. So we built a 12-week digital therapeutic program, not too dissimilar to the likes of your Armada Health here in the Valley, with one big differentiator. 80% of it is self-help. So you can do it on any mobile, anywhere through virtual coaches, which enables us to scale a lot quicker at a lower cost. But we've built in risk diagnostics and unique algorithms which in real time triage our users through to teletherapists, health professionals, and other products and services in that very moment a user needs it most. So for a modest monthly subscription, we're partnering with sleep apnea clinics, EAPs, insurers, managed care providers to help them identify, treat and manage sleep apnea patients. This all enables better health outcomes, improved treatment compliance, product differentiation and in some cases revenue growth. Not to mention reducing the dramatic costs of care and hopefully hospital readmissions. Our system's been engineered, interestingly enough, on Amazon Web Services. Our CIO built and scaled a Viva corporation in Europe, which was then the 5th largest health and life plan in the world. He ran their predictive analytics area and scaled it to 100 million plus users. So the engineering feat behind newNRG is pretty significant, and only now can we afford to do that as a bootstrap startup. So you will interact one-on-one with a therapist. Digital workbooks pop up in real time, with which you would engage with just as if you were in a room. The difference is the workbooks are context aware, with risk diagnostics and algorithms which then customize and personalize your own healthcare journey. So the future of healthcare is that personalisation now. It's not that mass market approach, and we believe we've developed a unique, unified platform to deliver that. It's built on metadata and a rules engine-driven system, which whilst we're entering a massive market in sleep apnea, in future we've got demand from clients to actually launch into other therapeutic areas, of which we can do quickly, scale at a very low cost. Our evidence base is also what sets us apart. We've done clinical studies in Australia, and we're now going into a 3-year study with UCLA for a randomised control trial. We've also got some very interesting data from our business case studies. Talking about winning teams, that's what drives newNRG. We've bootstrapped this company, we've got experts in our business that feel it here in their heart. This is a crusade for our team. We're about humanity, and we're about helping ebb the flow of the systemic failure which is giving all of us in this room issues with future chronic disease care. We've also got an outstanding scientific board and business advisory board. So are we competitive? We've got a very, very niche focus on sleep apnea with a mental health element, so it means that there's very few competitors in this space. We do have competitive partners in the device, the manufacturing industries, but they've all warmed to us now. I'll talk about it in a minute, how they're setting up strategic partnerships with us, because the missing link is behavioural health. We're merging Validic into our system, so we'll be a company which for the first time will track people's real psychological feelings, emotions and thoughts. When you fuse that with physiological data sets, the future of chronic disease prevention could be incredibly interesting. So what is our traction to date? We recently finished product development in January, and we've now got a business pipeline with significant partners of about $3 to $4 million over the next 3 years. Started in Australia, a major partner, Air Liquide Healthcare, which is a €50 billion French company. They acquired a lot of sleep clinics and managed care providers. We're now in a pilot study which will access 3,000 new patients per month, guaranteed. I mean, if I look at other company trajectories such as your Omada Health, I believe in 3 years they were only at 40,000 members. Different business model, but our ability to scale at a low cost is a key differentiator here. We've recently come to the USA. We've now got strategic partnerships with Sleep Safe Drivers, which is a major trucking organisation, which soon through a deal will give us access to 500,000 customers in sleep apnea and fatigue management. We're working with Chestnut Global, who are about 20 million plus insured lives, and now Byron Health in Canada, who are one of the biggest sleep apnea clinics, blood testers and radiology companies in Canada. So what are our financials? We've got the ability here to build a very high net margin, profitable business. We also know that it's not going to just require one round of capital, but it's about moving that needle forward. As you can see from our projections here, we're going to get our first recurring revenue from the Air Liquide Healthcare deal in July. Should be about $40,000 US. We're then going to move that forward and grow and hopefully raise another round late next year once we've got significantly more traction than we've got today. As I said earlier, we've bootstrapped this thing. My job as a CEO is to engineer the best returns for investors, not just waste money. How are we going to use this funding? So my background is headhunting. So I've launched 3 companies before, one a technology platform, and I was the ex-number 1 headhunter in the world for Robert Half, the largest finance and accounting firm. So I've spent 10 years building startups, small companies, listed organisations, so I know what's required within that remit. My plan is also to replace myself in 18 months' time, because I'm building a team which is far better, far wiser, both clinically, technologically, within the business perspective. This $2 million will be spent to actually short-circuit and execute our business deals now with our significant traction and pipeline, enhance our technology, expand and refine our research with UCLA, ramp up product development, and keep and attract key talent. Key talent that's also going to work on a budget that will be incentivized from an executive share option plan, so nobody gets greedy and our burn rate doesn't go too high. Thank you all for your time, and I welcome any questions.
I'm Dan Paul, president of Masquerade Media, Inc. We're a game company that's specializing in games for women. We're specifically focusing on romance games at first, and we're looking at attacking the market that has been underserved, which is the female market, which is the largest group of mobile gamers. So this is this traditional stereotype of what a gamer is, sort of a bunch of teenage to middle-aged boys sitting in a room playing games. The fact is that 52% of mobile gamers are women, mostly in the middle-aged category. So our approach is to be sort of like Candy Crush and Harlequin in one company. That's Masquerade. We have an all-star team with a lot of assets and a lot of things to bring to the table. So this is our all-star team here. It's not a bunch of kids in the basement making video games. It's the #1 cover artist in the country that does book covers for Harlequin, HarperCollins, Avon, and other companies. Myself, having been doing video games for over 20 years now, a seasoned salesperson with over 30 years in video game sales, and a CTO with a track record of multiple system development. So our game platform is going to be a series of games that we do in a sort of storybook telling fashion. So you play through the games and they write a story for you, appealing to the romance readers. As you play the games, they kind of build a book for you, and in the end you get that story. We're looking at the market that is underserved, so nobody's really gone after this market in a real way. It's a $1 billion market annually for romance books, and we want to get a piece of that, as well as a piece of the female game market, which is huge. So why aren't there enough games focused at women? Mostly because the tradition has been, that mostly 13-year-old boys in the past have been the ones that play console games. So mostly monsters, aliens, zombies, those kinds of games. So we're looking at going after the underserved market here. Here's some just some recent statistics of games. Look at Candy Crush made like per quarter with a large female base of female players. Also, Nintendo recently looked at moving over to the mobile market, and they've been holding out for a long time. Kim Kardashian, another successful female-based app, made $74 million, and it was more than 30% of Blue's revenue. So this is our current status where we're at. We're developing prototypes. We're building our fan base. We're using John Paul's fan base. We're also going to look at working with some of the publishers that haven't really been in the game space, Harlequin and St. Marcus Press and such. And so we're looking at maybe in 3 months time to release our second prototype. Our first one was Android only. Now we're doing one that's multi-platform. And this is kind of what we're looking at. We're looking at a minimum of $100,000 investment, up to $5 million for 50% of the company. And that's my presentation.
Hi, my name is Gustav Frank. I'm Finn.
You better hold the mic.
Yeah, my name is Gustav Frank. I'm from Finland. I'm a serial entrepreneur since I was 27. 5 years ago, I lost most of my money, my companies, and I had a really severe burnout. A board member got me meditating, and I found out a new life and a new way. I'm still an engineer, so I built a lab. I used my money for the last 4 years for Vibes in trying to find a technical solution, because actually my friends, even if I tried to get 150 people to be passionate, only 3 went. So people want technical solutions. So that's my product. So Vibes, we want people to help them to focus. And actually focus was the reason I was a multitasking specialist. I thought I was the king of the world. And I actually burned out my brain. So it's called attention deficit. It's one of the biggest problems in companies in general. We lose enormous amounts of money on attention deficit. So this is the device. It looks like this. It's Bluetooth. We have an app. You play it from the app, a stimulation file, and it creates magnetic fields. You have something called a vagus nerve here. It's the long nerve. It's actually the one that determines everything about your health, and it's nowadays considered the best way to hack the brain. So if you want to influence the brain, the vagal nerve is a very good way, data highway in there. So we use magnetic fields, vibration, and sound, and this one calms down the brain, and you become better to focus. We've built the magnetic fields. They are just low enough, so this is not a medical device. There's a lot of medical devices for this, so we can sell it as a consumer product. So who's going to buy? Yeah, stressed individuals. I think we have a few in this room also. But a lot. My son is at Salesforce because we look how HR departments are trying to invest really heavily on attention deficit because it's so costly for all big companies. So in Silicon Valley, for instance, you guys are one of the biggest waste dumps due to attention deficit, due to the culture in the companies. So, and then of course, let's say normally stressed woman, it helps you. So the team, we've been heavily going in, of course, in medical and research and doing that one. Now, marvelous people, and I'm in the field where the company now moved to Silicon Valley and meets a lot of people. Everybody wants to really join. So in hard, let's not go through. Hardware sales, stimulation files, and so forth. We're looking for 2 million in financing, and yeah, competitors are mostly medical and so forth. Please talk to us if you're interested.
Hi, my name is Brandon Wright. I am the CEO and founder of Giftry. At Giftry, we are reinventing commerce on mobile. And it's no secret that right now, commerce on mobile is not very great. It's weak. And the main reason is because retailers have taken this experience that they've done on desktop or in their stores and just tried to squeeze it onto a smaller screen. But we all know that doesn't work. That's not how people use mobile. They don't use it the same as they use desktop. With mobile, they're using their phones when they're on the bus. They have a couple minutes. That's nothing new, but they're also using it to discover things. So they're using it to discover people, using it to discover experiences, and even discover new products. So we've taken that, the way that people are using mobile, and used it to target a problem that our target customer has. This is Kelly. She's a new mom. She's 28 years old, and she has new family members, new friends, new in-laws, and she has a lot of stress when it comes to receiving gifts. So we've created an app that helps reduce the stress, where she can go on and she can create simple wish lists of things that she wants, adds items from anywhere she is, and shares it with friends and family so that they can buy her something that she'll actually want and reduce the stress. And then also on the return, she can buy gifts for other people that they actually want. So what's really revolutionary about this is the conversion rates that we're driving. So on mobile, people always talk about, oh, the conversion rates are horrible on mobile. People don't shop on mobile. Well, that's not true. It's just how people are using it. So retailer mobile websites convert at 0.6%. Even Pinterest, we found some data that shows they convert at 0.5%. Facebook, if you can get them off Facebook, then they'll convert at 1.9%. On Giftry, we're driving conversion rates of 6.8%, almost 7%, and that's actually gotten stronger as we've continued to add new users. The second thing that's revolutionary about our mobile commerce is our product discovery. So I mentioned people use mobile to discover new things. And here, with Giftry, we're allowing them to discover new products. And we're doing it in a way where the value of an impression, the value of that product, and the likelihood of purchase is much higher than anything else any retailers could experience through promoting items through Amazon search, for example, or even promoting pins on Pinterest. Right now we're raising $1.5 million to continue to grow the business and to continue to build out. The product has been built, but we're using it to grow our user base. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. My name is Jasmine. So I'm the founder and chairman of Asia Business Central. So today we are here with my knowledge partner, Aziza.
Hello everyone, 大家下午好, Namaskar.
So basically why we are here and we are talking about unlocking the power in Asia, and why we are talking about Asia. Practically Asia is 2/3 of the population in the world, and there are growing countries like China and India that is much more growing in this Asia part of the world. So we are actually looking for people who want to explore the opportunity in Asia to set up your company in Singapore and to make sure that you brand yourself well and go out into Asia. And we are here to help, and these are the countries that we are operating in. We have operation in most part of the Asia, and we have local partners. So today, what are we actually finding?
We're looking for any very potential businesses that want to go global from Singapore, as well as investors who want to be part of this amazing platform that we have created, backed by technology driven, and we want lots of technology people out there to create miracles together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Oh. Okay. Hi guys, my name's Brendan Howell. I'm the COO of Dropit, Inc. So, as the thing says, group buying's dead, and we reckon we've got the next big thing. So, commerce has taken an evolution from early days, Craigslist, eBay, Groupon, went to coupons with Retail Me Not, and now we've actually taken the best of a lot of those worlds and created Dropit. So, the problem is commerce needs to catch up the buying habits of millennials. Millennials born between 77 and 2000, they really want brands to entertain them, heavy users of mobile, and influenced by social recommendations from friends. So what we've done is we've created a reverse auction process. So Dropit gamifies the auction process. Premium items start at full retail, drop down to $0 in 60 seconds. First bidder wins. There's only one item up for grabs. So there's only one winner, so it's not debasing our brand's value by putting a whole pile of stuff into the market at a low price. We launched in New Zealand in November last year. We've had really good traction over there. And we just turned it on in the US today, so it's in the Google Play and App Store at dropit.xyz. The market over here, 92 million millennials, and consumer discretionary purchases, which are non-essential, is 1 trillion. So the market size is huge. On the left is a catalogue. The auctions are scheduled to run as 5 a day on the hour, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. When an auction starts, it takes over the whole app, so that's the second screen there. You need to hold your finger on the button for 3 seconds to make that button go yellow, and then it's the first person to swipe up through the price actually wins it. When you win the auction, your phone explodes, everyone's phone explodes at the same time. So it's a game of nerves really, to wait as long as you can. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real play is the offers in the back end. So if you participate, you get access to offers, similar to deal sites, but if you don't participate, you don't get access to those offers. And also for playing, you get bonus bucks. So bonus bucks are our internal loyalty system. So if every second you hold your finger on the button, you get 1 bonus buck. And you can use those for bonus buck auctions once a month. So that's to increase the stickiness of the app and keep people coming back. So as I said, drop auction, just it's tip of the iceberg. It's really to get people engaged in brands. And we drive revenue off doing those deals on the back end, coupons. And the bonus bucks is to get them re-engaged in the platform over and over again. So there's almost 4,000 users we've been testing so far. We've got some really good results. So advantages, we're first to market with this concept. It's super engaging. We found that it's really sticky, like people coming back and playing. The most bonus bucks we've dished out in 1 month is 2,500 to one person. So they've spent 2,500 seconds with their finger on the button. Clean branding and design, very easy to use, and it's exciting. Okay, so how we make money, you charge brands to run auctions, $250 per listing, and then make a margin on the offers in the back end, so 15% margin on those offers. Revenue projections for this market here, 4.4 for 2016 year, and 84 for the next year, all based on a revenue per user of $22 per year. So we're raising $1 million. We've raised about 1.8 so far to build the platform. So it's live, we've got a full team. So it's going to go from marketing, user acquisition, further technical development, sales and operations. So the goal is to make that big red circle happen. Exit. So that's it.